Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now there's only 2 days to go before Bitcoin potentially confirms this breakout above this final significant area of resistance, while Ethereum is also attempting a major breakout above significant resistance. But in the short term, Bitcoin is still flashing a new signal, resulting currently in sideways price action, while the liquidation heat map is revealing new price targets. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF news today, because over the last 1 day, BlackRock bought another approximately 6,400 Bitcoin worth well over $300 million US. And so right now, BlackRock is currently holding nearly 116,000 Bitcoin. As we can see here on BlackRock's own website, once again, they're holding around 115,989 Bitcoin worth over $6 billion US in their spot Bitcoin ETF, in their iShares Bitcoin Trust. And so once again, as I've explained over and over again here on the channel, of course, with BlackRock buying such a significant amount of Bitcoin every single weekday, literally hundreds of millions of dollars being bought by BlackRock worth of Bitcoin every single weekday, obviously this is helping push the price of Bitcoin further to the upside and sustain it at these much higher levels, considering they're buying so much every single weekday. And now, just yesterday, Grayscale did sell some more Bitcoin, a little bit more than what they've usually been selling over the last 1 week or so. But with that being said, it's still less than the amount that BlackRock bought. And remember, BlackRock's only one of 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs. Of course, they are the fastest growing spot Bitcoin ETF, but they're just one of 11. So if we're looking at all of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, we can see that just yesterday, just on the 15th of February, we saw nearly $500 million worth of inflows. This is net inflows. So this is $477 million US of new money coming into Bitcoin, because this is also factoring in those outflows from Grayscale. So once again, nearly $500 million of new money buying up Bitcoin just yesterday, just in one single day. And so once again, with these spot Bitcoin ETFs buying such a significant amount of Bitcoin every single weekday, this is big news for Bitcoin and very bullish for Bitcoin moving forward. And so basically, our only hope of seeing a significant pullback in the price of Bitcoin is if all of that buying pressure suddenly stops from the ETFs, if we stop seeing these crazy inflows, or perhaps over a weekend when the US stock market is closed and the Bitcoin ETFs are not trading, possibly we could see some sort of pullback or something like that on a weekend when the stock market is closed. But other than that, on a weekday when we're seeing the spot Bitcoin ETFs trading, and if we're still seeing this significant amount of inflows coming into Bitcoin on weekdays, obviously it's hard to expect any significant pullback if we're seeing this much buying pressure. Because remember, in order to see a pullback, we need more people selling Bitcoin than what's actually coming into Bitcoin. So there needs to be more people holding enough Bitcoin actually selling more than this amount every single weekday, just in order to see any sort of pullback. And so just for example, if a massive Bitcoin whale has $500 million worth of Bitcoin, $500 million worth of Bitcoin, and they dump that on the market, that basically does nothing, because we're seeing that much buying pressure coming into Bitcoin every weekday. And so despite what the price charts are looking like, of course, moving forward, it's important to understand that right now there's a lot of buying pressure coming into Bitcoin every single weekday due to these ETFs. So we need to factor this information in, considering it's a lot of buying pressure and definitely something significant to pay attention to. But anyway, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts, looking at the weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now we are getting extremely close to potentially confirming the breakout above the golden pocket, which by the way is sitting in between around 48,000 to 50,000. And now obviously for the last few days we've already been trading above 50,000, but with that being said, in order to confirm this breakout on the weekly time frame, we need to confirm a weekly candle close above 50,000 to confirm this breakout, and the next weekly candle close is in a little over 2 days from now. So once we see that weekly candle close confirm, if it's above 50k, once again that will confirm the breakout. And in that case, we do have a small amount of resistance right here, sitting at around 57 to 58,000, but that's not as significant as the golden pocket. And so essentially, as I've also been saying recently on the channel, if we confirm this breakout with a weekly candle close above 50k, we're likely going to see a pretty quick move up towards the all-time high in the coming weeks or months. And so despite what smaller timeframes are looking like, if we're zooming out to the larger timeframes like this weekly Bitcoin chart, of course, right now we're looking extremely bullish, clearly in a larger bullish trend, also known as a bull market. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin chart, obviously this volatile move to the upside is still playing out exactly as expected. And if you want to know more about this chart right here, then watch my last few videos here on the channel, because I've covered it in more detail in previous videos here on the channel. And so getting straight into the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now we're still seeing a lot of bullish momentum here in the daily Bitcoin MACD. And so even though the daily Bitcoin RSI is currently overbought, meaning the price is essentially getting a little overheated right now, so we've gone too far to the upside too quick and we need some time to cool off. But even though that signal is flashing right now in the daily Bitcoin RSI, once again, due to the extreme bullish momentum and also that massive buying pressure coming in from the Bitcoin ETFs, obviously this is just pushing the Bitcoin price higher and higher. And it's important to understand that also if the RSI is overbought, that does not necessarily mean we're definitely at the top and we're about to see a massive crash. Because, for example, if we're looking back near the end of October, we saw a major move quickly to the upside, a major breakout above significant resistance, and then the RSI on the daily time frame entered well into overbought territories. And what happened next was a bit of a slowdown from that extreme bullish price action, but ultimately we were still trending in the bullish direction. And so we could potentially see something similar moving forward, where sometime soon, possibly over the weekend or going into next week, we could start slowing down from that extreme volatile bullish price action. But once again, the overall trend and momentum in the market is still more bullish than bearish. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, obviously, as I mentioned in my last video, we have this short-term bearish divergence with higher highs in the price and lower highs in the RSI. And over the last one day, this has been playing out in the form of a sideways consolidation, which is one of the most common outcomes from a bearish divergence. This usually plays out in the form of either choppy sideways price action, if not a slight pullback, as the most common outcomes from a bearish divergence. But once again, if we're seeing a lot of buying pressure from those ETFs, because it's a weekday and the stock market is open, of course, we could potentially see more bullish price action if we're still seeing a lot of inflows coming in through those ETFs. But perhaps on the weekend, when the stock market's closed and we don't have all of that extra buying pressure on the weekend, we could see more of these short-term signals and patterns actually play out on the chart. And if you want to trade those moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I take trades just like that over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit in the description down below and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account, you can get up to a $30,000 deposits bonus if you deposit on that account, but only if you use that link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And also right now, there's an exclusive Apple Watch Series 9 giveaway happening over at Bitflex. If you use the link down below this video, deposit $100 worth of crypto and to make one trade on the derivatives market over at Bitflex, that will enter you into this giveaway. And so if you're trading crypto anyway, or if you're preparing to take the next trade, you might as well get set up ready to go on one of those exchanges using those links down below this video if you want to get those extra bonuses. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, right now we have a decent area of liquidity sitting at around 51.1k to 51.3k. And we also have more short-term liquidity sitting at around 52.9k, going up towards around 53.2k. And so once again, if we do end up seeing that short-term bearish divergence actually play out, perhaps over the next one day, or more likely possibly on the weekend when those ETFs are not trading, then we could possibly see the price hit some of these lower levels of liquidity, like around 51.2k, for example. But other than that, if this bullish trend continues as it has been doing, if we're seeing a lot of inflows from those ETFs, of course, we could hit that upper side area of liquidity as a slightly more likely scenario, especially on a weekday, once again sitting at around 53,000. And if we're taking a look at the ETH to US dollar charts on the weekly time frame, right now we're also seeing a major breakout above this golden pocket for the price of ETH, which is sitting in between around 25.30 going up towards around 26.80 approximately. And now, obviously, as of right now, the price of ETH is already trading above 2.7k, but we still need to see at least a weekly candle close confirm, ideally above 2.7k, in order to actually confirm this breakout. And once again, just like Bitcoin, the next weekly candle close confirms in around 2 days from now. So potentially in 2 days from now, if the price is still trading above 2.7k, we could confirm this breakout above the golden pocket. And in that case, our next level of resistance to pay attention to on the weekly time frame is sitting in between around 3.4k to 3.5k based on this Fibonacci level and this previous high sitting at around 3.4 to 3.5k. And also, anytime where we break out above significant resistance, generally speaking, that previous resistance becomes new support in case we see any sort of pullback. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, once again, just like Bitcoin, and also as I've been saying every single day over the last 2 weeks or so, since all the way back down here, right now we're still seeing a lot of bullish momentum here in the daily Ethereum MACD, which is pushing the price higher and higher. And now, once again, as I've said recently, of course, the daily Ethereum RSI is currently sitting in overbought territories, which technically means at the moment in the somewhat shorter term here, we're a little bit overheated, meaning the price has gone too far to the upside too quickly. But once again, if we're looking at some of these previous examples where the RSI entered into overbought territories on the daily time frame, some of these previous examples, the price still continued a little higher later on, even when the RSI was at around overbought territories. And if we're zooming into the 8-hour time frame, right now the price is still breaking out further above this previous area of resistance, which is sitting in between around 26.90 going up towards around 27.20. So that area right there should now act as new support in case we end up seeing any sort of short-term pullback. And as for other potential price targets to the upside, if we're looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool on the linear settings from swing low to swing high on the 8-hour time frame, that places the 1618 Fibonacci extension at around 3050 or 3050. And so at least in the shorter term, that could possibly be the next important resistance to pay attention to before looking at some of these larger levels here on the weekly time frame. And once again, considering the price of ETH is still currently looking bullish, especially in terms of the trend and momentum, as of right now, I'm still holding my Ethereum long position, longing this move to the upside, as I've been talking about basically every day here on the channel since all the way back down here. And as of right now, just updating you on my trade, I'm still moving my stop loss further into profits as the price continues further into profits. And so that way, I'm basically maximizing my upside potential with the price just pumping higher and higher. Of course, I'm continuing to make more and more profits. And as I'm moving my stop loss further into profits, that's basically securing more and more profits so that eventually when we see some sort of major pullback, of course, that will just hit my stop loss and exit me out of the trade automatically in massive profits. And once again, if you want to take trades just like that to maximize your profits in crypto, make sure to check out Bybit or Bitflex, links down below if you want to get those extra bonuses. And this is also why it's important to stay subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these important update videos where I'm actually sharing my trades as soon as I enter my trades. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the 8-hour time frame, once again, as I've been saying here on the channel, I've been longing this move to the upside. As soon as we saw this breakout, I shared my long position. And right now, my stop loss for this trade is already sitting in slight profits, which means in the worst case scenario, if we just crash right now, that would trigger my stop loss and exit me out of the trade automatically in some slight profits. And once again, if you want to take trades just like that to maximize your profits in crypto, personally, I take those trades over on Bybit, link down below if you want to get those extra bonuses. And as for these support and resistance levels, of course, these have not really changed over the last 1 day. So if you want to know more about those, then check out my last video here on the channel. And if you want to actually know how you can take these trades in the price of Solana or any other crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, you can make profits from all of that price action by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can open and close long positions and short positions to make money if the price is bullish or bearish, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.